Yung puti dito, ayan. Okay, we're now live on Facebook again. So good evening. Good evening, IFNG. Good evening, Elite Squad. Good evening, Mr. M.
Hi,
So,
good evening, Miss Gladys, and good evening, everyone, and welcome back to IELTS Filipino Nurses Group. And thanks to God, it's Friday, and we all know that every Friday we have an IELTS Intellect review together with your energetic and hyper Mama Dragon. Let's all welcome the mother of all dragon, Mother D.
Rah! Oh my gosh, I don't have energy. Allah.
Higher pa daw,
Welcome.
higher.
Wala.
Higher.
Higher pa. 350! Hello, guys. So sorry, we're actually quite energetic tonight because we were at the meeting. If you guys don't know, these are the only times that we can actually catch up, though, with one another apart from messaging. Ganyan. These are the only times that we can catch up with Mr. M, with Mom Gladys. Okay, so we're actually enjoying on the private Zoom. We almost forgot. Charing lang. Okay, guys. So let me just share this one. Okay, on the Facebook page of Elite Intellect Night. And if you're watching this, please do share this with your friends because tonight I will be teaching you about important things which are fundamental when it comes to your writing examination. No, when we say fundamental things, these are the things that you cannot miss. No, so if you love speaking, if you love writing, if you love listening and reading, before that you must focus on these first because we are going to be discussing about grammar, which are the connectors and transitional cues on the IELTS exam. So tonight I will be eliciting the difference, okay, between the connectors, how to use them properly. No, imagine if an essay does not have a connector. Now imagine if you're not using however, well, ganyan, no, albeit. Imagine if you're not using that on your IELTS, most likely you will be having a difficult time getting that 7.0 and above when it comes to your writing examination. All right, so let me just share this one. Okay, hold on. Share, share, share. We're actually sharing, okay? So guys, you can share this with your friends too. Invite your friends, tag your friends there because this is an important lesson when it comes to your IELTS examination. Okay, hold on. All right. Okay, share, share. Share again. Okay, let's share this to everyone. 350. Charing. I told them I was practically inspired by Madam Inuts tonight. Okay, and don't forget our official hashtag for tonight. Hashtag Mama D Cares. Okay, alagang ina, kwentong ina, turong ina, matuto ka, ina ka. Okay. So yes, we're going to be having a fun discussion for tonight. Let me now share my PowerPoint as well as, of course, my elite notes for you guys. So if you already are a member of IFNG, especially the group chat, so automatically later on after the discussion, you will get a copy of the handout that I have prepared for everyone. It's like a cheat sheet, okay? When you say it's a cheat sheet, you are going to be seeing all of the, what do you call this? All of the things that you would need when it comes to the connectors, the transitional cues there. Now, and if you're not yet a member of the group chat of IFNG, please do send a message to the admins of IFNG for you to be included at the group chat. So again, IELTS Filipino Nurses Group is a free group, okay, for everyone who are preparing for their IELTS examination, which is the main goal, is to help the students who are in another country, wherever you are, even in the Philippines, on your IELTS preparation. So everything is for you guys. All right, so welcome to another fun discussion about essay connectors and transitional phrases, okay? Brought to you by IELTS Filipino Nurses Group and Elite Intellect 9. If it's your first time to join us on our live discussion for tonight, I am pleased to meet you. My name is Clint Joseph Tyler, the founder and master lecturer of Elite Intellect IELTS, OET, NCLEX, and NMC Specialist PH. I am a PHRN and a USRN. I have a degree in English methodology and theory, and of course a PhD on the English language and literature. I am an IELTS expert for the past 11 years. 12 years, turning 12 years this December. And of course, also known as your Mama Dragon, Mother D, Mama Dragon, Mother Dragon, Mama D, Mommy D, lahat ng uri ng D. Half D, full D, triple D, yung mga ganyan. Half Filipino, half tilapia for tonight. Okay. Gusto niyo yun? How to be you po? Ano ka ba, Mr. M? It's actually very easy to be me. I'm half tilapia, di ba? 45D. Mga ganyan, di ba? Okay, guys. So, before we even begin the most important lesson for tonight, okay? But you be strong and do not lose courage, for there is reward for your work. This is from in the Bible, from the book of Second Chronicles 15, verse 7. One thing that I would want you guys to remember is that if you are going to be giving up on your IELTS goals, okay? If you're about to give up on your IELTS goals, you have to remember that your hard work, okay, your strength and your courage will be rewarded later on. I have heard a lot of students on the coaching room about to give up on their IELTS dreams. Okay, they'll be like, oh no, Sir Joseph, I think the IELTS is no longer for me. I am so down with my preparation and I have a lot of problems in my life, blah, 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 blah. But then again, you keep on going, okay? I want you to remember, why are you taking the IELTS in the first place? Okay, that's one thing. That's our first thing to remember tonight. Why are you taking the IELTS? Okay, are you taking it just because you would want to, or are you taking it for your families to have a better life? Okay, for your children to have a future that only you could give them. Okay, for your family to be supported well. Okay, so whatever your reason is, you just keep on going. Okay, you have to be strong and have courage, because for there is reward for your work. Take note of the word work at the end part. We need to work for our IELTS. It will not be handed on to us. Amen. Sabi ni Mr. M. All right, guys. So let us start with a discussion for tonight. Okay, so guys, Virgil. Okay, guys, let me just share my Word document. Okay, so we're going to go on for the basics first. Okay, I'm going to be teaching you the basics first, which are the coordinating conjunctions. And then later on, we will progress towards the connectors and the transitional cues. Okay, so this is the elite notes that I'm going to be sending the admins of IFNG later on, so that you guys will have a copy of these. Okay, so let's start with the coordinating conjunctions first. Okay, Sir Joseph, my gosh, what are coordinating conjunctions? Okay, let's talk about them. So, and why are they important with my preparation on the IELTS? Okay, one thing to remember when it comes to coordinating conjunctions, guys, is that these connect two equal words. Okay, they connect two equal words. Okay, hold on, let me just check. Okay, so coordinating conjunctions, they connect two equal words. Yes. Okay, so they connect two equal words, okay, phrases or clauses. All right, so why are they important? Why are these important? Because without these, you cannot join two independent clauses together. All right, so what's the mnemonic to remember when it comes to coordinating conjunctions? I know you may have heard of this one before. Okay, this is fanboys. Okay, so remember, fan, boys. Okay, so you have for, and, nor, but, yet, or, yet, and so. Okay, so just use these on your examination. If you know how to use them, why not? This is actually by far the most basic thing that we're going to be learning tonight. Enjoy this basic thing, because once we move on to the rules of the connectors and the transitional cues on your writing, okay, then that's the time that we're going to be working. So guys, connecting words which are equal. So these are also used to connect, okay, independent clauses, okay, independent clauses. Okay, by definition, again, guys, independent clauses are words which can stand on their own. Like, let's say, I saw a duck. Okay, there you go. So that's an independent clause. It is, the duck is a mallard. Okay, now, let's take a look at that example right there. Okay, so here, I like football. Okay, I like football. And I like hockey. Okay, look at that, right? I like football is an independent clause, and I like hockey is another independent clause. So if there are two independent clauses, you may join them together with a coordinating conjunction. Okay, here's another one. The directions are complicated. Okay, the directions are complicated, but I am learning. Okay, look at that. If you're going to be reading the directions are complicated, it can stand on its own. It's already complete. It has a subject, it has a verb, okay? And then I am learning, it's also a complete thought, okay? It's an independent clause. So it has a subject, it has a verb. Now, for you to connect these two independent clauses together, there should be a coordinating conjunction in between. Because imagine if there's no coordinating conjunction there. The directions are complicated, I am learning. That's too continuous, right? It's too basic when it comes to the grammatical structure of your work. So hence explaining why I would want you guys, or why I would love for you guys to learn about coordinating conjunctions, okay? So yeah, just remember. Okay, guys, please do tag your friends. Haftilap. Yes, Sir Jeff. Hi, Sir Jeff. Sir Jeff is watching. Okay, guys, please do tag your friends right there on our discussion for tonight, because this is about grammar. If we're going to be working on your foundation on the examination, well, let's work on grammar first, okay? Before you work on the most complicated topics of the IELTS examination. All right, so the directions are complicated, but I am learning. So as you can see, guys, there are two independent clauses here. So that's the first one, okay? That's the first utilization of coordinating conjunctions, is for you to connect two independent clauses. Basically, on the exam, believe me, you are going to be using these, okay? Okay. Imagine this sentence right here. I am hungry. Let's eat grandma. Look at that. Without a coordinating conjunction or with a proper pause, okay? I am hungry. Let's eat grandma. Oh my gosh, you want to eat grandma, right? I am hungry, so let us eat, comma, grandma. Okay, look at that. Look at how important coordinating conjunctions are. Without coordinating conjunctions, it might look or sound a little bit weird. Okay, look at this one. I am hungry. Let us eat grandma. Okay, so let's say you're talking to grandma and you're asking her to eat. So look at that. I am hungry. Let us eat grandma. My gosh, you're hungry and then you ate your grandma. Girl, yeah, different. You a cannibal. Right? Hannibal Lecter, diba? With Chianti and fava beans. Okay, so you would need to add a coordinating conjunction there and a comma afterwards, so as to ensure that you're going to get the point across. Okay, so look at this one. I am hungry. So let us eat. Okay, so let us eat grandma. Okay, now you're asking grandma to eat with you. You're not about to eat grandma right there, no? So look at that. Without the coordinating conjunction, if you're going to look, I am hungry, let us eat grandma. Girl, what you gonna cook grandma? Are you going to make her, are you going to turn her into adobo or grandma curry? Sinigang na grandma. Yun ang literal na may asim pa si grandma pag sinigang mo si grandma, right? But with coordinating conjunctions, it will sound more proper, it will look more properly connected and divided. Okay, look at this one. I am so hungry. Okay, I am hungry. Okay, so let us eat grandma. Okay, now you're asking grandma to eat with you. Matagal-tagal sa pressure cooker, di ba? Mga 42 hours si grandma doon. Paglabas niya yung buto ni grandma, corned beef na. Okay, so did you see on that illustration, guys, how important it is for you to use your coordinating conjunctions? Without them, oh my gosh, it will sound terrible, okay? Also the pauses, okay? Makunat-kunat, sabi ni Ma'am Gladys. Also the pauses, guys, on the exam, okay? Especially when you are on the speaking. Unfortunately, you cannot show them that there's a comma before that. So you would need to give them pauses in between. Okay. So when I was hungry before, I eat with grandma. There you go. Instead of saying when I was hungry before, I eat grandma. That's not good. It does not sound so well. All right. So there you go, guys. Coordinating conjunctions are pretty much important for you to remember them. Just remember fanboys. For, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. I know they're basic. However, the main purpose of the coordinating conjunctions, you cannot overlook them on the exam. Now, let's talk about the connectors, okay? Let us talk about the connectors. So, what are connectors? Okay, connectors are conjunctive words. When you say conjunctive, they connect words, okay, that are used for connecting similar elements in a sentence. There are different connectors in English that can be used to expressing your thoughts in a better way. The main purpose of connectors, guys, is when you're writing, you may actually show the relation of a topic and another topic. Listen carefully. Okay. Connectors are used to connect one sentence from the other. Okay, so for you to connect two sentences, there should be a former sentence and a latter sentence, and then in between that, there should be a connector. Now, if you're going to be looking at the connectors that I have prepared you guys tonight, you will be surprised that some of them you might have been using incorrectly. Okay, I did not invent this. What do you call this? This handout right here. You can see it everywhere. All right, so let's take a look at the first way for us to connect ideas. The first one is when we are contrasting. Okay, so you are for pro A, however you are for pro, however you have a reason for B. Okay, the first one is the word but. Okay, I wanted to go swimming, but I am so tired. Okay, so basically you wanted to go swimming, but you are tired at the moment. The use of however. The film received good ratings. However, it was very long. Look at that. Even the use of the word however here is properly structured. It has a semicolon and then a comma afterwards. Guys, you have to remember, if there are two things that you are connecting and you're transitioning towards a contrast, there should be a semicolon, the transitional cue or the contrasting connector right there, and then a comma, and then the next sentence. Okay? All right. Now, who here? Okay, who here? Let me ask you a question, okay? Now, it's okay if you have done this before. Everybody committed this mistake before. Who here writes an essay, okay, and then in the beginning of the sentence, you have used the word however? Okay, or on the other hand, who here? Come on, say I did, all right? I did. Okay, it's okay. There's no shame. Okay, there you go. Claire. All right, Rachel. There you go. Who else? Who else did this before? Criven. There you go. Who else? Am I pronouncing your name correctly? Is it Criven? Criven? Ang hirap naman pronounce ang pangalan mo. Okay. Who here? What about on Facebook? Who here has written an S? Criven. Oh, Criven. Okay. Mary Gale. Okay, there you go. Sheen, Arky. There you go. Guys, by definition, Chris Steven, ang ganda naman ng pangalan niya. Chris Steven, pang mayama. Diba? It's like Chris Evans. So dapat siya si Crevans. Charing. Okay, so if you're going to be looking at the definition of connectors, guys, technically, on the English grammar, all right, for you to use them properly, they should not be in the beginning of the sentence, because if you're writing them down in the beginning of paragraphs, what are you connecting? Again, if you're using connectors in the beginning or in the binigiginging of the paragraph, guys, what are you connecting? Connectors by far are utilized to connect two ideas. Sentence 1 should be connected with sentence 2, and in between them, there is a connector. So if you're using a connector in the beginning of the paragraph, you're technically grammatically incorrect. Okay? So, it was a rainy day, however, we managed to go to Colombo. There you go, Aisha. Okay, look at that. No, thank you for the compliment, Mom Chidi. You're welcome, anak ko. Look at that, right? So guys, connectors are not used in the beginnings of essays, okay? Because by definition, connectors are supposed to be utilized, okay, for you to connect sentence 1 with sentence 2. So if you're going to be writing down something in the beginning of the essay, that's not a connector that you're going to be using, but rather a transitional cue. Okay, the utilization of the transitional cue is for you to move from one paragraph to the other, whereas connector should not be in the beginning of the paragraphs. You can Google this if you would want to. Okay, all right, so that's one tip for tonight. If you want a better score on the IELTS examination, avoid using connectors in the beginning of the paragraphs, okay? Another one, on the other hand, okay? Or on the one hand, all right? I was eager to join them for the vacation, but on the other hand, my exam dates were getting closer. Okay, look at that. On the other hand is in the middle of the sentence, not in the beginning. Okay, otherwise, remind them beforehand, otherwise they might leave without taking the ticket. Okay, what else? Unlike, Zoe loved chocolate unlike John. Okay, conversely, okay, Zoe may not perform up to the mark in science subjects, but conversely, he has an impeccable hold in literature. Okay, look at that. The word conversely is in the middle, not in the beginning. So, sir, if I am organizing my information in the paragraphs, let's say, so when I'm about to say conversely, should I separate it with a period or should I separate it with a semicolon and then a comma? It should be semicolon, conversely, and comma. Okay, pay attention. Wake up, wake up. Come on, children. This is for you. All right. Now, what else? At the same time, right? She felt guilty and depressed at the same time. Now, this one, you can use it at the end of the sentence because guilty and depressed at the same time are happening to her. Okay, in spite of heavy rainfall, this one is an exemption because it is in the beginning because you're talking about the instance after the connector. So, in spite of heavy rainfall, he took out his scooter and headed towards the hospital. Despite. She kept on arguing despite her mistake. Okay, look at that. Even though and although he could manage the cooking part, even though that would not taste awesome. Okay, still, yet, and nevertheless. Okay, they are still present. I have not received it yet. Or what you said was right, but nevertheless, harsh. Okay, look at that, right? Instead of saying, nevertheless, what you said is harsh, it does not click, okay, when you're putting them in the beginning of the sentences. Okay, what else? Even so. Even so, in Filipino, we call it kahit na, okay? Kahit na wala akong pera. Di ba mga Glock 9 ganyan? Glock 9 ba yun? I don't know. Oh my gosh. All right. Correct me, but I think there's a rule only 2 to 3 commas are allowed in a sentence. Correct. Correct, Criven. There should only be 2 or 3 commas seen together in a sentence because one of them should be a semicolon. So if you would want to find which one, okay, is the semicolon, you need to find the connector or you need to find the independent clause. So independent clause, semicolon. There you go. Or connect, semicolon, connector, comma. Okay. What else? On the contrary, Mother thought John was studying. On the contrary, he was sleeping. Okay, what else? In contrast, Rehan Infotech made a profit of, okay, whatever that is, in contrast to last financial year's loss of whatever that is. Okay, all right. Now what else? Whereas, okay? Oh, so it's 2. Thank you for the enlightenment. You're welcome, Anna. Okay, next one. Whereas, all right? All of her daughters are engineers, whereas the younger one chose to be a teacher. Okay, there you go. So my gosh, diba? Have I shed a light onto this now? I hope you guys are already realizing the importance, okay, the importance of not using a connector in the beginning of the paragraphs. Okay, later on, marami pa kayong makikitang connector dyan, and I'm sorry if you're going to be revolted with what I will show you, but it's my job to tell you the truth, okay, when it comes to grammar. All right, next one. Cause and effect connector words. Okay, when you're stating a cause or effect, these kinds of sentence connectors are used for explaining the reasons behind something. Okay, so number 1, you have therefore. Okay, I slept very late last night, therefore I missed the morning prayer. Okay, so the blue bag was full, so he kept the packet in the yellow bag. Okay, You already know because. Okay, now guys, let me show you the proper utilization of thus, okay? When you say thus, you have to remember that the following sentence for thus should be in the past tense, okay? Hence, present, present progressive, and future tense ang hence, okay? Here's an example. Okay, look at that. So, they traveled a lot, thus explained why they were rooted. Okay? Hindi po pwedeng they traveled a lot, thus explaining why they were rooted. Okay, so if you would want to use the ing form of the verb there on the following sentence, then you should not be using the word thus, but rather you should be using the word hence. Okay, so hence, he's looking for a formal trouser because he has an important meeting tomorrow. Okay, hence, okay, look at that. He is looking for a formal trouser because he has an important meeting tomorrow. Hence, he is looking forward to the event. Okay. I think it would be rightful for me to teach you guys about punctuation next time. Would you agree with me? Let me just fix my charger. Tell me if you agree with me if I should be teaching you about punctuation next time. Okay. Let me just fix my charger. Give me 30 seconds. Okay, so let's have a look-see here. Okay, agree. There you go. All right, so let's teach you about punctuation next time. For now, let's look at the fundamentals, okay? All right, so what else? Due to. Okay, again, for hence, the following sentence should be in the past tense, okay? And then for thus, the following sentence should be on the present tense, present progressive, or future tense, all right? Now, due to, the match got canceled due to the heavy rain. Okay, as a result of the heavy rain, the match got canceled. Okay, consequently, I got stuck in the traffic. Consequently, I missed the flight. Okay, what else? The word since, okay? Since she loved ice cream so much, I decided to give her an ice cream printed dress. Thank you, Mama D, for another knowledge imparted much. Oh, you're welcome, Rodora, my love. Okay, there we go. All right, so look at these, no? Guys, again, they're connectors. They're not connecting anything if they are in the beginning of the sentences, all right? Okay, so seeing that, okay, this one is actually in the beginning because this one is predictive, okay, predictive of the result, okay? So seeing that he was losing the fight, he started blaming her mother, okay? On account of. Both the siblings were mentally unstable on account of their disturbed childhood. Okay, look at that, right? Instead of just saying because of their disturbed childhood, due to their disturbed childhood, you may actually use this one on account of, right? Both the siblings were mentally unstable on account of their disturbed childhood. Okay, a lot of different results came out during the pandemic's curve, going ahead the curve on the account of the efforts of the government for them to halt the situation. All right, look at that. Diba? You sound more academic when you're doing that. All right, at the end of the day, guys, believe it or not, on the IELTS examination, that's not a basic English test, okay? The IELTS examination is not, okay, is far Okay, from a basic English test. What I would want you to remember is that it is an academic exam. Okay, you would need to prove your academic capacity. That is why you need to know, not just know, but you need to master these things. Okay, all right. Sir, how long does it take for me to prepare properly on the exam? Well, it starts with hundreds of hours up to almost thousands of hours of preparation. Again, no, remember on the IELTS examination, it is not possible that you're going to review today and then tomorrow you're going to take your exam just because you would want to. That's not a smart way to prepare, guys. Okay, you would need to work on a lot of things for you guys to get that particular target score, especially. Okay, especially if you are targeting to go to the United States of America. Happy Thanksgiving, my fellow Americans. Okay. Fellow Americans. Oo, kiniklaim na natin. Diba? We're already claiming it for you. Diba? If you would want to go to the United States of America. Diba? Happy Thanksgiving, my fellow Americans. Where are you from in America? There, near 7-Eleven. Where in America? Which state? United States of Calamity. Diba? Okay. Where in Kentucky? Near the fried chicken. You know Kentucky Fried Chicken? Yes, near there. Hala, Diyos ko, gabing-gabi na. Gabing-gabi na, ganyan na naman akong umano. Iba talaga ang kape ng ina nyo, promise. Iba. Iba talaga ang kapingin na. Okay. So, let's continue. All right, so connectors of sequence and conclusion. All right, so let's take a look at this one. So, when you are sequencing, giving a conclusion, okay, these are the connectors that you may actually use. When you say sequencing, you're putting the events on their respective time and places. All right, so later, okay, later it all got resolved. Okay, after, he also left after his wife. Okay, before, you have to try before coming to a conclusion. Okay, there we go. Then, once you reach the office, then make a call to the supervisor. Okay, next. The next episode is going to be very interesting. Soon. They are soon to graduate. Okay, I think we have a question here from Jerick Stephen Antiquana de Gook. If I get speaking 7, listening 7, but 5.5 on both reading and writing, what band score will I get? Basically, just add them up. Okay, let's add 7 plus 7 plus 5.5. That's 14 plus 5.5 plus 5.5 divided by 4. That is 6.25 or round down 6.0, my love. Okay. US test takers, I just have a question, okay? Because I'm not an expert when it comes to visa processing for the United States of America. What is the lowest score that you can get on the listening, reading, and writing? Again, US test takers, what is the lowest score that you should be getting for the listening, reading, and writing? Regardless, any score? Basta 7 yung ano, no, guys? 7 yung speaking, right? That should be 7.0 on the speaking. I know a guy, 5. As long as you get 6.5 OBS and 7.0 in speaking. Okay. All right. So as long as you got 6.5 OBS and 7.0 in speaking. So guys, if for example you got a 5.5 in listening and reading, can you still use that for your processing? But your OBS is 5.5. Your OBS is 6.5. Halimbawa, you can still use that. Okay. Thank you for shedding enlightenment with your mama because you know what, my students sometimes ask me about this one, and I am not an expert when it comes to visa processing for the United States of America. So sometimes when they ask me, sir, what should I get? I just basically tell them, just aim higher. Basta, yun po ang nasa VS na requirements. Okay, thank you so much, Ma'am Gladys. Thank you, everyone, for answering my query. Okay. Oh my gosh. How did you pronounce that, Sir Joseph? Query. I have a query. Maybe I don't say I have a query. Okay, that's too Filipino. All right, next one. Soon. They are soon to graduate. Finally, the war came to an end. Okay, secondly, you have to manage the team. Okay, at first sight, he appeared to be very arrogant. Okay, first, at mga to, you can use them in the beginning. First of all, okay, you can use them in the beginning. Okay, at first sight, at first glance, there you go. First of all, they are not my family and I cannot be held responsible for their immature behavior. In the first place, take care of your pets and then do the rest of your work. Okay, to start with or to begin with. To start with, I asked her to tell us about her hobbies. Lastly, we had our dinner and left. And finally, the day of the verdict came. In conclusion, it is always better to take prevention than cure. Okay, look at that. Guys, one more reminder for you, my children. When you are writing an essay, okay, imagine you have 3 body paragraphs, okay? 3 body paragraphs. And then on body 1, you said, firstly, okay? And then on body 2, you have written down, secondly. And then on the body 3, you said, finally, or thirdly. There's no such word as thirdly. Guys, do not enumerate on the exam, okay? Do not say firstly, secondly, lastly, all together in one work, no? You can say at first glance, there you go. And then on the second body, along with this, okay? Or another point worth noting is, there you go. And then for the last one, you can now use the words utterly, most importantly, or lastly, if your main point is the strongest of all the arguments that you have given them. Okay. All right. So what else? Let's take a look at the advanced connectors. Okay. So, all right. Thank you so much, guys, for tagging your friends on Facebook. All right. So advanced connectors. Okay. So here are examples. You have in addition and besides. Okay. The umbrella will protect you from the sun. Besides, it will also come handy if rainfall starts. Okay, on top of that. And on top of that, you will also get incentives. Okay, next one. Furthermore, okay, guys, okay, let me just get this straight. I have been asked this question many times before. So much that I cannot even count. Sir Joseph, can I use furthermore and moreover in the beginning of the paragraphs? Like, let's say I'm already on my body 2. Can I write furthermore and moreover? Unfortunately, my children, I am so sorry. I apologize. You cannot, because furthermore is used in the middle, okay, of sentences to connect 2 ideas. Your idea 1 is strong, but your idea 2 is stronger. That is the time that you're going to be using furthermore. Moreover is to connect idea 1 with idea 2. Idea 1, moreover, idea 2. Okay, idea 1, furthermore, idea 2. So you're only going to be using furthermore if your second idea is stronger than your first one. Okay, let's say there are a myriad of things that the government could do to halt the pandemic. What they could do is for them to discipline the people more when it comes to discipline the people more when it comes to the different types of implementations. Furthermore, they may also educate them better as regards understanding what entails the pandemic. Okay? So, kailangan guys, yung furthermore, nasa gitna, wala sa umpisa. Kasi yung iba tinatanong ko, sir, pwede ko po bang gawin na halimbawa po, second body paragraph. Furthermore, another thing is, dalawa na yung connector na ginamit mo. Furthermore, and another thing. And unfortunately, my love, that is grammatically inaccurate when you're going to do that on the examination. Okay? So, if you've been doing that, I told you. Okay? All right. So look at this. Furthermore, he was tired and hungry. Furthermore, he was ill. Look at this one. Hungry and tired is nothing compared to being ill. Okay? What else? Moreover, you have to cook lunch, and moreover, you also have to go to the market in the evening. All right? What is more, or what's more? What's more, now you have all that is required to have a wonderful vacation. See? Okay? I-try nyo to. Okay? Instead of writing down furthermore, On the second body paragraph, you can just write down a transitional phrase which states, another point worth noting is, again, another point worth noting is. There you go. You can use that instead of furthermore in the beginning of the paragraph. Another point worth noting is people may also benefit from blah, 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 yada, yada. Okay? Social nung yada, yada. Hello, my fellow Americans. How are you in America? I hope you're okay. Did you remember Judy Ann Santos's commercial real quick? Did you remember Judy Ann Santos's movie? I forgot the name of that. She won a game show, and then the prize is they're going to go to the United States of America to have a tour there. Her line there was very much memorable to me. Okay, if you're a Filipino, I know you can understand this. Ang ganda pala dito sa Amerika. Ang daming Amerikano. Parang Amerika. Classic. That's elite. All the time. Every time. Every time that I hear that. Diba yung pa nagpe-play siya bigla doon sa sa TV. Diba sa cable? Yun ang lagi kong inaabangan talaga. Ang ganda pala talaga dito sa Amerika. Daming Amerikano. Parang Amerika. Sabi ko nga, mga hindi ko kayo kabatche. Di ba? Hindi kayo nakarelate. Di ba? Tsaka yung why do you care? Are you Care Bear? Care Bear don't care. Why do you care? Are you Care Bear? Care Bear don't care. Just ko ka, Judy. Ang nakakaloka ka, girl. Okay. So next one. Connectors that inculcates purpose. Okay, when you're going to be stating a purpose with this one, all right? So first one you have in order to, okay? In order to prove him wrong, he started shouting. Okay, there you go. So what's the purpose? To prove him wrong. Okay, so as to. You have to study hard so as to improve your career. Again, you have to study hard so as to improve your career. Okay, what else? So that, okay, so that. Okay, give me your resume so that I can forward it to the right department. Okay, in order that. All right, I want to finish my work today so that I can, ano daw? Bakit wala to? Bakit wala tong example? I want to, okay, this is in order that, okay, that one is not good. All right, remove this one. Don't use in order that pala. Kaya pala tinanggal ko yung example dito, guys. Okay, in order to would be better than in order that. Okay, all right, so look at these. When you are about to connect ideas and they are stating a purpose, you can say in order to. Okay, here's another example. The government should implement a more stringent way to educate the people so as to ensure that the Filipinos are protected from the pandemic. All right, again, the government must implement a more stringent way to educate the people so as to ensure that the people are protected with the pandemic. All right, so what's the purpose of that? To protect the people from the pandemic. This is for the purpose, all right? Okay, so, huwag naman kayo mag-angry face. Wala naman akong ginagawa. Pasyensya na kayo. Okay. All right. Okay, I know that a lot of you guys use these too. These are what we call the explanatory linkers, okay? When you say explanatory linkers, their main purpose is to explain or to link ideas together. Okay. They have a PM here. Sir, how can I get a copy of this one? If you are already a member of IFNG's group chat, guys, okay, you will be getting a copy of the handout later on because after this discussion, I will be sending it to the admin so that they may forward it to you. Okay, sir, I'm not yet a member of IFNG's group chat. It's my first time to join this live discussion and I saw IFNG's post just somewhere now. So what do I do? Okay, number one, guys, like the Facebook page of IFNG, that's IELTS Filipino Nurses Group. And then after that, send a message to the admins of IFNG and tell them that you would want to be included with the group chat of IFNG. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mom Gladys, you have a group chat on Facebook and on WhatsApp, right?
Yes, Mama D.
Okay. There you go. So yes, guys, now you can send them a message so that you guys will be added to the group chat, you can get the copy of this from the group chat of IFNG. Thank you so much. 350. Charing. Okay. You're welcome, guys. Okay, so here, more or less, right? There will be more or less 30 guests. Okay, this is for approximation, no? This is for approximation. Well, we will be arriving more or less, hindi pala, we will be arriving. We will be there, more or less 20 of us will be coming. Okay, what else? In general, okay, in general, old people in general like to spend time with their grandkids, okay? You're welcome, G Burls, my love. Okay. Well, says, ang hirap naman basahin na pangalan mo, anak. Oo. Well, Cecil C. Engalen. There you go. Alam nyo kayo ha, huwag nyo kang pinagbabaliktad yung mga pangalan nyo sa Facebook. Napakahirap nyo. Ang hirap basahin ng mga kung may sa mga estudyante ko, Lucille, Ikrim, Diyos ko, ano ba? Bakit ba baliktad? Your parents sent you to school and you cannot even spell correctly? It's backwards? Charing. Diba? O kaya yung pangalan, Koreano. Diba? Kaya pag pinabasa ko na lang, sira ulo ka. Sakit ang ulo ko. Alam mo, Korean, no? Nagtatagalog pala. Saan ka na ba? Wait lang, hihinga lang ako, guys. Tubig. Wait, let me just get my water. You are so funny. Thank you so much, Mary Ann, my love. Salamat po. Okay. Hindi, tadala ko yung tubig ko. Sorry. I have... Okay. Oh, okay. Cecil. There you go, Cecil. Thank you so much, Cecil, my love. Okay. Di ba yung mga nag-uusap-usap yung mga Koreano? Yung mga bata, gusto sila yung mga K-pop ngayon, di ba? Yung mga oppa. Yung, oppa. Oppa kang kita eh. Oh. Okay. All right, guys. Okay, guys. So next one. Let's move on to the next ones. Okay, this is especially, okay? It's tough to sleep, especially after the strong coffee we drank, okay? It's tough to sleep especially after the strong coffee. You are so funny, sir. Taas po ng energy. Coffee reveal. Eto, wait, I'll show you. Coffee reveal tayo, guys, para ano. This is the coffee that I drink every day. This is Artisans. Okay, Artisans coffee. The original blend. Okay, original blend pa lang to. Ano kaya kung strong blend na yung ininom ko? Baka hanggang 5 a.m. tulog na yung mga admin. Kuda pa rin ako ng kuda dito. Okay, my gosh. All right, moving on. I remember every time I saw Mom Zaya always segues. Unfortunately, your Mom Zaya is not what do you call this? It's on vacation right now. But don't you worry, even if the baby dragon is on vacation, we have the Ate Dragon. I will be introducing you to the Ate Dragon later on. Okay. Is Mom Zaya here? I miss her angelic voice. No, unfortunately not. Your Mom Zaya is on vacation at the moment. Okay, she's on leave. She's on official leave at Elite Intellect, but we have your Ate Dragon here. Okay, so what else? All right, so in particular, okay, all women in particular have to be strong and determined. Okay, essentially, an electric kettle is useful essentially for the winter months. Okay. Nasa US may electric kettle pa. Walang heater yung faucet. Wawa naman to. Okay, what else? Basically, the cake is basically full of chocolates. Okay, next one. In other words, okay? The problem, in other words, is that we have to rewrite the whole script. Okay? All right, what else? In short, okay? The outing, in short, could not lift up my mood. Okay, what else? Above all, the idea behind the meaning is, above all, to make the employees aware of the current financial crisis faced by the company. So look at these, okay? These are the things that you can use as connectors when you are explaining, okay? These are explanatory linkers. Now, before I teach you about transitional phrases, as I have mentioned, your mom Zaya is on vacation at the moment. The baby dragon is resting, okay, from Elite Intellect right now because she would need to focus on her endeavors. But okay, let me just call. Is Mom Zaya here? Okay, let me just call on. Okay, so Mom Zaya is the baby dragon, and I'm so happy to be working with the Ate Dragon. Okay, Ate Dragon, could you please unmute yourself and introduce yourself to the people of IFNG? Say hello to the admins and the students who are watching for tonight.
Hi everyone, good evening. Hello admins of IFNG, Ma'am Gladys, Sir Jeff, and also Mr. M. Hello everybody. So I am your sister dragon or Ate Dragon. So as I've told everybody, if you're afraid with our or quite fearful with our mother dragon, then you have an ally with your Ate Dragon. So I hope to see you in our coaching room, and let's have fun while you're learning, and also let's just be comfortable with one another. Yay, Virgil. Hello po. Hi. So that's it. Hi. Hello, Ma'am Gladys. Okay, so I am also a product of IFNG, and this is where I met my speaking buddies, and where I started my IELTS journey. I owe a lot to the IFNG admins because of this is the first platforms that I have joined, and I would say I have learned a lot from them and also from the others. Hi, Rachel. Okay, hi everybody. Okay, so I hope to meet you in the coaching room of the Elite Intellect. Okay, back to you, Inako.
Thank you so much. Ako ba ang ina mo?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. Genji Jimenez,
Okay.
everyone. She is now a part of the Elite Intellect family, working alongside with the students on the coaching room. So she is one of our tenured coaches, working alongside me and the other coaches of Elite Intellect. So what I do love about Genji is that she's really quick. She's really quick with finding your errors no on the exam. Sabi nga niya kanina, if you're afraid of doing a speaking coaching with me, then of course your sister dragon will be there as your ally on the examination. So welcome, 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 Ate Genji here at the Elite Intellect, and of course, welcome to the IFNG family. All right. Hala, na-intriga tuloy ako. Hindi, kasi nag-aasikaso si Ma'am Zaya. Okay, nag-aasikaso si Ma'am Zaya because she's basta she's over there, I'm always proud of my children, diba? So yes. Okay. All right, guys. So, before we continue on, okay, syempre naman, hindi matatapos ang gabing ito nang hindi tayo magkakanaig. You know that it's Thanksgiving, okay? You know that it's Thanksgiving tonight. Just real quick, guys, okay? Happy Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. So, here at Elite Intellect, we do have what we call our Black Friday sale for the IELTS review. OMG! This is exclusively for the watchers and viewers of IFNG. All right, so sir, what is the Black Friday sale about at Elite Intellect? All right, so here you go. Okay, so unlimited IELTS review for life, free materials, free preparation book, free 800 plus writing compilation, unlimited one-on-one coaching and speaking and writing, unlimited one-on-one coaching in grammar, pronunciation, and vocabulary. Plus, we do have 2 live schedules, okay? One at 1 p.m. PH time. And if you're not able to make it on the 1 p.m. PHT, we do have the new evening batch, which is at 11 p.m. Philippines time. 11 p.m. Philippines time is at, I think, 7 p.m. in the UAE and 6 p.m. in Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to give our students more flexibility to learn on their IELTS exam. And this entire week, we're already doing the evening batch. And I do see that there are a lot of students helped by the evening schedule of Elite Intellect, which is 11 p.m. onwards, okay? Free assessment and final assessment, unlimited computer-delivered mock examinations, flexible schedule for international and domestic students. Plus, we do have the live classes and recorded live classes. So if you, for example, they're already two classes there and you were not able to attend that, all right? So there is still what we call the recorded live classes with which you can rewatch the discussion of the day. So free exam scheduling assistance wherever you are all over the world, plus free final coaching with Mama D. All right, so sir, Black Friday sale, baka naman po pwede pong yes, that's zombie mode on. Okay, baka naman po pwede pong malaki ang discount. Yes, for our Black Friday sale, it's the same as our 11/11. We are giving away 3,500 discount for the first 20 students only, okay? Unfortunately, I would really love to accept all the students who would want to enroll. However, here at Elite Intellect, we would want to focus on quality over quantity, okay? So that's 3,500 discount for all our students. Instead of paying 7,500 for the unlimited review, pay only 3,999. That's unlimited. Even if your IELTS expires, feel free to come back to our classes. You're not going to be paying anything, okay? And if you guys enroll as a group of 3 and above, pay only 3,500 per student instead of 7,500. So napakalaking discount po nito for your IELTS preparation. This is our Black Friday sale exclusively for IFNG. So, Sir Joseph, how can I inquire about the Black Friday sale of Elite Intellect? Okay, so just search on Facebook, Elite Intellect 9.0, okay? Search on Facebook, Elite Intellect 9.0, or scan this QR code right here using your mobile devices. It will direct you straight to our Facebook page. Or you can also call our WhatsApp number or message our WhatsApp number. That's +63 916 697 2994. And I will see you soon in class, guys. Sir Delo, I think, has pasted or has sent, guys. Masaya ang Black Mamagon, di ba? Okay, so our Sir Jello has already pasted the link of Elite Intellect 9 here, okay, at the group, at the chat of Zoom, and also at the comment section of our live on Facebook. So if you would want to inquire for our Black Friday sale, which is 3,500 discount, mind you, okay, from 7,500, that's just 4,000. Technically, you're only going to be paying 3,999. Send a message to our Facebook page right now and see you in class very soon, my children. Alrighty, so let's continue. Oh, by the way, use the promo code IFNG. Okay, if you're going to be sending a message to our Facebook page, use the promo code IFNG. Okay, IFNG. All right, IFNG. Okay, Mom Tanya will know what to do with your enrollment if you're going to be using the promo code IFNG for IFNG students only, guys. Okay, or you can share them this video, your friends. Okay, or share them this video para makita nila yung ating promo for today. Okay, so going back. See you in class very soon. Okay, good. All right, so now, guys, these are some of the transitional phrases which are useful, okay, on the examination. Okay, let's say you are explaining, okay? You are explaining. Instead of saying because or due to, all right, you can also use these for speaking, guys, to replace what we are used to using in speaking, okay? So you can say in a way that, okay, instead of saying because. All right, what else? In a sense. There you go. You can also use that. All right, what else? Well, to speak more, there you go. That if you're in speaking, as a matter of fact, if there is a factual explanation after your statement, you can use this one, as a matter of fact. Okay, what else? As much as anything. Okay, oh my gosh, that one right there is quite gorgeous to use, right? Instead of saying, oh, because of, you can just simply say, as much as anything. Okay, there we go. What else? Judging by the, if there is a comparative explanation, okay, you can use judging by the. Okay, you can also say thereupon. Thereupon is the same as therefore. All right, what else? Whereas, there we go. And to say nothing of. Okay, to say nothing of, there will be a lot of benefits when it comes to this one. Okay. Diba? So instead of saying because, due to, yung mga ganyan, you can use these to explain. Okay. Or when you are stating examples. Okay. As I always tell my students at Elite Intellect 9, okay, at EI 9, as I always tell my students, I don't want them, well, it's not that I don't want them, but I try to make them avoid using the words for example. Okay. Because for example, guys, is, how do you say, highly divergenized on the IELTS world, no? It's already overrated, okay? So instead of saying, for example, you can say, supposing that, okay, if there's an imaginary instance, for instance, you can use that, for instance, from a distance, okay? Let us say, okay, if there is another statement that you're about to say, or such as if you're about to enumerate something, okay? Such as the drive of the people. Yung therefore, pwede din siya to use parang resulting to. Yes, that's therefore and henceforth, yung mga ganyan, madam. Therefore, henceforth, you can use it as to replace resulting to, if that is an indicative outcome. There you go. You can also say imagine, okay? Imagine if the people are going to be, okay, look at that. If that's something that is predictive. Your example is something that is predictive. You can also say on the account of or on account of, right? If you're going to connect it to a research or a study or a media reference, right? Instead of saying, for example, I'll give you an example for this one. For example, the study of the 2020 pandemic research. Okay, instead of saying, for example, the study of the 2020 pandemic research, you can say on the account of the 2020 pandemic research. There you go. Instead of saying, for example, the study of the 2020 pandemic research, you can just say on the account of the study of the 2020 pandemic research. Okay, same as on the account of, you can also use the word incongruence with. Okay, so if you're going to be stating a study or research or a media reference, okay, instead of saying for example, the video that I saw on YouTube, or for example, the video that I saw on YouTube describing about the phenomenon. Okay, instead of saying, for example, the video that I saw on YouTube that is explaining about the phenomenon, you can say in congruence with the video that I saw on YouTube, which is explaining about the phenomenon. Okay, look at that, right? It's better, right? It's more academic. Instead of saying, for example, the video that I saw on YouTube, it's explaining about the phenomenon, right? So, magpapaka-social ka, di ba? In congruence with the YouTube video that I saw, which is explaining about the phenomenon. Hoy! Yeah! Pangmayaman, di ba? Ganyan mag-English yung mayayaman eh. Right? Arat lang. Okay, now what else? You can also say a country. If you're stating a country, let's say the Philippines is exemplar to this, okay? Or let's say you're going to say Japan, right? Japan is exemplar to this, okay? New York City is exemplar to this. There you go. You can actually use this when you are instilling ideas as your examples on the examination instead of just saying, for example. Way better, right? Okay. Oh my gosh, Mama D, I want to have a copy of that. Message, okay, message the admins of IFNG and tell them to add you at the group chat of IFNG. Also for you guys to also be updated with the schedules of the live lectures at IFNG. There you go. And every time that IFNG is live. Okay. All right, guys. Instead of saying on the other hand, okay, or on the one hand, on the other leg, on the other foot. Okay, so you can say in contrast, there you go, besides, there you go, then again, okay, notwithstanding, okay, notwithstanding is the same as nevertheless, okay, what else? Still and all, okay, what else? Contrastingly, okay, even so, on the basis thereof, my favorite personally, as a person, I like saying on the basis thereof. Okay, though, there you go. Okay, so you can use these words. Now, let's just look at the things that you can use to connect paragraphs. Okay, so what are the words that you can use to connect paragraphs? Okay, so you can say, another point worth noting is okay, there you go. Along with the discernment, to correlate this to the former idea. Look at that. That's a transitional cue. Instead of saying also in the beginning of the paragraphs, right? Okay, you can also say with this, along with the former said, or along with the said. Look at that, you're transitioning instead of opening it up with a connector, okay? Another point worth noting is, okay, there's also another idea worthy, okay, worthy to mention is, comma, okay, look at that, right? Instead of from body one, you're going to say also is a connector, not a transitional phrase, okay? So these are examples of transitional phrase that you can use to connect the paragraphs. Another point worth noting is, along with the discernment, to correlate this with the former idea, okay? There you go. With this, okay, along with the said, and another idea worthy to mention is, there you go. Instead of from body one, you're going to say moreover, or from body one, you're going to say also, as well as, there you go. Then I'd rather you use transitional phrases rather than connectors. Again, if you have learned one thing tonight, is the connectors are used to connect two sentences together in one sentence, not to connect one paragraph with the other. If you would want to connect a paragraph with the other, you're going to be using your transitional phrases rather than the connectors. There you go, my children, right? It is now easier for you to recognize if that is a connector or a transitional phrase. Again, just to recap, connect one sentence, sentence one, connector, sentence two, okay? Body one, transitional phrase, and then the second body. There you go. Instead of body one, connector, second body, that right there, my love, could be dangerous. It would be deleterious for your health on the exam if you are using a connector to transition from body one to body two.
Naintindihan ba pare? Malino ba? Okay ba? Yes. Happy ba tayong lahat dyan? Charing.
You know what? The Lord is really good because He did not bless me with a deep voice. No? Imagine if I have a very deep voice and that I'm discussing here, di ba?
So, you know the channeling boom boom of the Kylie over there? Di ba? Kemi na yan. Kapag kinemilatik mo yung anek, kailangan ma-kembular mo yung channeling boom boom Kylie. Kere. Kere mo ba?
That does not sound good. Lord, you're so good. Okay. Akala ko meron nag-open ng mic, ha? Nabigla ako while driving. First time to hear you with that voice. Shocks! Kala ko sino. Nagustuhan niyo. Imagine niyo yun. Di ba?
Hello, good evening everyone. My name is Joseph, also known as your Mama Dragon.
Mama Dragon with a big voice? It's not Mama Dragon. Uy, ingat, Mr. M. Sabi ni Ma'am Gladys, just colored. Diba? Just colored. Akala ko may intruder. Wala, ako lang yun. Okay, Your Man by Josh Turner. I'll try to listen to that. Naging Papa Dragon.
Pare, pakis nga.
Wala naman mali siya eh. Trip-trip lang to. Sige no. Damulag. Diba? Ray Langit.
Magandang umaga po sa ating mga viewers at listeners ngayon dyan. Kumusta kayo? Ano ang chika? Ano ang latest? Masaya ba tayo dyan? Ano ang latest channeling? Nagbabalita si Mama Dragon.
Oh my gosh. I used to... Wait lang. Okay, guys. All right. So I hope I made you happy tonight. Okay. So look at that, right?
May landi pa rin sa dulo, di ba? Ano, yung ano, pakiswaw.
All right. So guys, one thing that I would want you guys to remember is that you need to know the difference between a connector, okay, and a transitional phrase. Okay, so if you're going to be, if you will be receiving the handout of this one, what I would want you to do is try to write sentences. Okay, tignan nyo yung handout. Okay, and then after that, you're going to be writing down sentences based on the thing. Sir, nakakagulat ka. Tama ka. Nagulat ako. Ray Langit, is that you? Sino ba si Ray Langit? Nakakaloka. Yung newscaster ba yun? Alright, guys. So, let me just reshare. Okay, so the most important lesson for tonight, whatever you do, work heartily, ask for the Lord and not for men, knowing that you will receive the inheritance as your reward. You are serving the Lord Christ. Okay, every time that people ask me about my secret, okay, Joseph, what is your secret with Elite Intellect? Why are you always happy? With a lot of shenanigans going on around you, why are you always energetic? Why do you always see things in a positive light? It's because I'm not pretending, but I look at it this way. I am teaching for the Lord, not for men. That's basically it. So if you're going to do something, you have to do it for the Lord and not for men, okay? At the end of the day, guys, your reward, okay? The Lord will give you because you have served the Lord, okay? So quickly, guys, let's just pray for everyone who attended this live tonight. Heavenly Father, we would like to thank you, Lord God, for another wonderful opportunity to make the students of IFNG happy and to glorify your name, Father, as well as, of course, to teach them on their IELTS preparation. Lord, we are thankful for guiding the students towards their preparation on the IELTS exam. Lord, always bless, protect, and make the admins of IFNG happy. And Lord, always be with them with their endeavors. And Father, thank you so much for the students that you're sending our way at Elite Intellect 9. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay, guys. All righty. So, I'm glad this. Okay, guys. So, again, that is the end of your discussion for today. Okay, so guys, if you would want to avail of our Black Friday sale, you may send a message to our Facebook page or WhatsApp page at Elite Intellect 9.
Just search Elite Intellect 9.0 on Facebook and send a message to +63 916-697-2994. That is our WhatsApp.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, if you're going to be looking at that, guys, you can actually send a message there. Okay, all right, do we have any questions so far? All right, nag-enjoy ako. Did you guys enjoy too? No, next week, no, we're going to be learning about what they call this, punctuations, no, that you can actually use. Okay, so nonetheless, guys, okay, I think we have a question here, how to use the word nonetheless. Okay, so it was the barest of welcomes, but it was a welcome nonetheless. So nonetheless, guys, pareho yan ng nevertheless, pero ang nonetheless nasa dulo. Okay, all right. Of course, intercourse.
Thank you, Papa Dragon. You're welcome, pare. Okay, I'll see you again next week, guys.
Okay, so guys, before I return this to all this to the admins of IFNG, just send a message to our Facebook page right there. Okay, in behalf of Sir Delo, Mom Zaya, Mom Genji, Mom Char, Mom Tanya, and Mom Jardine, this is your Mama Dragon sending my love to you from the Philippines, wishing you guys and praying for you to have a blessed weekend. I'll see you in class very soon. And I'll see you next week at IFNG on Friday. Okay, so bye, guys. Mom Gladys, back to you.
Thank you, Mama Gon. So, we are happy because your family is growing na naman. So, alam mo na yan.
Yes. Oo, kasi nakilala si Papa Dragon eh.
OMG, tingilan na yan! Nangingilabot ako.
Ako din, actually.
Yee!
Piniklabutan ako sa sarili kong voice.
Okay, so see you, Mama Gon. See you when I see you. Bye. Welcome, Miss
Bye.
Benny. Ingat, Sir Marbs and Sir Jeff. Sir Manuel, ingat din.
Ingat, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Mwah. See you guys.
Mwah.